What's up guys, I'm ExxotikGaming and here we have another Pixel Gun 3D video. Today's video is another comparison and hopefully it's one you're all excited for. The solar power cannon versus the dark matter generator. Which gun is better? In this video, we'll rest all questions and finally see the real answer. Hopefully this video will help you guys out. If you're hyped for another awesome video, make sure to leave a like down below and make sure to leave a like for more weapon comparisons in the near future. I haven't done many of these, but I want to do a lot more. If you have any ideas for future comparisons, make sure to let me know down below in the comments. But with that being said, let's get into this comparison. Now, when we do look at the armory section, we do generally see that the Pixel Gun company puts the weakest weapons first, and then it generally goes up in power from there. So, when we first look at the dark matter generator and the solar power cannon, we would originally assume that the dark matter generator is weaker. But that's not always the case because we do have exceptions. Some of the most powerful weapons in the heavy section are the Ghost Lantern and the Big Buddy, and we do see that they are not at the end of the list. Now, when we look at the stats of both of these weapons here, when we see the dark matter generator, it has a grade of rare, it has single shots and area damage, and the solar power cannon has a grade of legendary. It has single shots and area damage as well. The dark matter generator and the solar power cannon both have the same efficiency, but the dark matter generator has a much higher firing rates and a bigger capacity, with a 91 firing rates and a 15 capacity versus the solar power cannon's 72 firing rates and a 10 capacity. Then this one has a 105 mobility, and the solar power cannon has one of the best mobilities out of a heavy weapon in this game, set at 120. Now, here's the thing. When you first look at those stats, you would probably assume that the dark matter generator is better since it has a faster firing rates and it has a bigger capacity. But after we go into this match here, you guys will see it takes many less shots to kill an enemy with the solar power cannon versus the dark matter generator. With the solar power cannon, it's on average a 2-shot kill to a max armored player, which is very, very powerful. That means it's going to be pretty easy to take pretty much anybody you come in contact with out without much problem. As you guys can see, 2-shot kill, and then this guy actually was a 1-shot kill just because he did have some damage dealt to him. In contrast, when we look at the dark matter generator, it's going to be closer to a 3-2, sometimes even a 4-shot kill to a max armored player. And this is the biggest complaint I have with the dark matter generator, which probably a lot of the people that use this weapon regularly can agree with me. With this weapon, it blasts people around so much, it gets a little difficult to end up hitting them consistently. When you use the dark matter generator, this weapon will end up blasting people away, so you're going to have to take a second to realize where they got blasted off to, and then you can realign your dark matter generator and continue firing them off. A lot of the times, you're going to end up blasting yourself around, and then it makes it even more difficult with that. With the solar power cannon, it does blast people around, but since it does have a slower firing rates, it does it to a lesser extent. Now, with the dark matter generator, I do have to say this weapon's blast looks cooler than the solar power cannon. They both look like very cool blasts. I mean, the solar power cannon shoots out like a sun blast, and then the dark matter generator shoots out dark matter. I mean, it's kind of cooler when you think about it. Dark matter, we don't even know if it exists yet. We assume that it exists in the universe, and it's basically antimatter. It's really cool, and if you have a chance to look or read about it, it's definitely something that you would find interesting. And you shoot it out of the dark matter generator. So if we look at which one is cooler, if coolness was anything to do with determining which weapon you should get, I'd have to say the dark matter generator definitely wins that one. But here's the thing. With this weapon, it's definitely going to be a little bit more of a spamming gun, the dark matter generator. When you're using this weapon, it's definitely going to be more of the spray and pray weapon of Pixel Gun 3D. So if you are watching this right now and you do have some level of accuracy in this game, you're a pretty consistent person, you can make a lot of your shots land on the enemy players, then the dark matter generator might not be something for you. This is definitely the spammy weapon out of the two. The solar power cannon is much more controlled, it's a lot slower firing rates, and it's not really going to annoy people as much, therefore it's less of a spamming weapon out of the two. With the dark matter generator, anybody who has any sort of skill at all can use this weapon. You can have a lot of skill, you don't have to have a lot of skill, you basically just start firing in the general direction of people, and then you just start taking them out. It's very different in terms of the gameplay with this weapon as opposed to the solar power cannon. With the solar power cannon, I also seem to feel that it has a bigger area damage blast. The blasts are very big with the solar power cannon. You can fire and it feels like from literally 5 feet away, the blast will still hit an enemy player. I honestly feel like with the solar power cannon, the blast is some of the biggest you can have for a area damage weapon in Pixel Gun 3D. One of the biggest blasts out of an area damage weapon in this game. It's actually very, very big. I mean, as you guys will see here, when I do encounter people and I am using this solar power cannon, it's just ridiculous how well the area damage works with this gun. It's actually quite insane. I mean, that, I think, ended up hitting that person. That blast hit that person, and that blast was very far away, but it still ended up killing the person. So it is a very, very big blast. But then again, like I said, if you really were all about the accuracy and you are more of a pro player, I guess you could say, in Pixel Gun 3D, the solar power cannon is definitely the way to go. If you are a spamming player in Pixel Gun 3D who really likes to use something like the automatic Peacemaker maybe, or something like the Smart Bullet Bazooka, or the Ghost Lantern, yeah, the Dark Matter Generator is definitely the way to go. I feel like I can get double kills, multi-kills with one single shot a lot easier with the solar power cannon, and I mean, as you guys can see in this video, at least for me personally, I get better gameplay with the solar power cannon rather than the Dark Matter Generator. But that's different for a lot of people because I'm the type of person that does have some level of accuracy, and I will end up trading that firing rates for the pure power of a single shot. Because for me personally, I think it's more important for a weapon to have a lot of damage per single shot rather than having it have a fast firing rate. Because, I mean, with this weapon having a fast firing rate, it just makes it a little bit more difficult for someone like me to use. So in the end, I don't really have many complaints about these weapons. Another thing with the aesthetic appeal of this weapon here, the Dark Matter Generator, this is a complaint that I have with this weapon. It's just such a big gun. This weapon just takes up so much of the screen, and it's a little difficult to see your whole right-hand side of the screen because this thing ends up blocking literally everything. So when you're using this weapon, somebody could be to the side of you and you would not even know they existed. So that is another big problem that there is with this weapon. And I do have to say, you're going to get a lot more kills if you use the solar power cannon in a close range map. If you do go into something like Coliseum here, you're going to get a heck of a lot of kill assists with this thing, the Dark Matter Generator, but you're going to get not as many kills as you would get with the solar power cannon. The thing is, people are going to end up using those one-shot kill weapons in this game, and since this weapon is around a 4-shot kill to a max armored player, you're going to not sometimes be able to get all 4 of those shots to hit the person before somebody else takes the kill from you. So keep that in mind. But, again, if you do not have any sort of accuracy whatsoever in this game, obviously the Dark Matter Generator is the way to go. So, overall, if you are any sort of player like me, I'm going to have to say, go with the solar power cannon. And if you really want a definite answer, even if you are somebody who is not really a very skilled player in this game, I have to say the solar power cannon is the better weapon out of the two. Regardless, they are both very, very good area damage weapons. They are some of the better ones in this game, and you are going to do very well regardless of which one you use. As you can see, I do better personally with the solar power cannon. I get a heck of a lot more kills with this weapon, but then again, that can be different for you guys as well. Like I said, if you are a spamming person in this game, the Dark Matter Generator is definitely the weapon you're going to do better with. And if you're somebody that is a little bit more skilled, you have some level of accuracy, the Dark Matter Generator is the way to go. The cooler weapon is the Dark Matter Generator, like I said, but then again, coolness is not what we're really basing this weapon comparison on. It's really all about which one is more powerful and the better one for you. Honestly, I feel like the Dark Matter Generator could do a little bit better at medium range rather than the solar power cannon. The blasts of the solar power cannon fire a little bit slower than the Dark Matter Generator, at least that's what I've found. It's not very big of a difference, but then again, that makes all the difference when you have just a faster shot in general with the Dark Matter Generator. You're going to do a little bit better in medium range when you use this thing rather than the solar power cannon. So, yeah, with that being said, that's basically it, guys. I don't really have many other things I need to say about these weapons. I hope this was a useful comparison for you, and hopefully now you guys can see which one is better. I apologize for not getting the absolute greatest gameplay in this video. Every single person is using the Smart Bullet Bazooka, which proves that pretty much nobody in this match has any sort of skill whatsoever, but I will leave and for the next couple of minutes go into a match like Silent School and show you guys a little bit better gameplay using these weapons. I have to say though, if you want to see any more gameplay with these weapons, you might want to go check out my reviews on them. I did a review on both of these. I did them quite some time ago. I did the Solar Power Cannon review back in the beginning of 2015 and the Dark Matter Generator closer towards the end of 2015, and they both were really good videos. You should definitely go check them out, like I said, down below in the description. Now, if you wanted to check out some of my other comparisons, I definitely would have to point you towards my Bastion versus Pumpkin Thrower comparison. Those were also a area damage weapon comparison video, and the Casanova versus the Secret Forces rifle. I did another video there, and that worked out very well as well. As you guys can see here with the Dark Matter Generator, getting a heck of a lot of kill assists, not many kills in Silent School because people will take out something like the Ghost Lantern and take your kill before you will be able to land a successful kill on an enemy player. Anyways, with that being said though, I hope you guys did enjoy this gameplay. If you guys did enjoy this video, I'd appreciate it a lot if you left a like down below. It's always greatly appreciated. It would also let me know if you want to continue seeing this on my channel, the weapon comparison series. I'm going to equip this very quickly, go click OK, and then go battle again. Do maybe a couple more minutes of gameplay, but I don't really have much else I need to say about either of these weapons. I love the Solar Power Cannon though. It is one of my favorite weapons in the heavy section of Pixel Gun 3D. It's overpowered, yes, but then again, this is just a comparison between two pretty overpowered weapons in this game. So yeah, with that being said, that's basically it. Hopefully this was a pretty decent comparison for you. I think it's probably going to be a little bit better than some of the other comparisons you've seen in the past. There are some people that still post videos out there on YouTube and they title them reviews when they don't actually post any sort of commentary whatsoever, which is just a gameplay, not a review. And then there's other people that do the same thing for a comparison. They just show gameplay with two different weapons and then they make you decide which one is better, which is not a comparison. You're supposed to have the person that does the video end up telling you which one is the better one. So I'm at a loss there, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. We're not going to be ranting on anybody right now. We're just seeing these two pretty interesting weapons in the heavy section to Pixel Gun 3D. Now, if you guys wanted to see some more heavy weapon gameplay, I did a heavy gun game challenge recently. I'm pretty sure I posted that right before this one. Again, this is another pre-recorded video. I am pre-recording this on May 30th, 2017, and this is probably being posted in July sometime. And I think I posted the heavy gun game challenge before this one, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, there's some person using a singular grenade here. Another thing that I feel like could have been freaking Dark Matter if it wanted to be, but yeah, that's basically it. If this is the very first video you are watching on my channel, I'd appreciate it a lot if you subscribed for some more Pixel Gun content, the best Pixel Gun content you will find on this platform, YouTube. And yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all for watching, and let's go get a couple more kills with the Solar Power Cannon. I mean, that was one. I mean, no, never mind. That was a hunter kill. And that, of course, was a death to me. But let's go take some of these people out. Should be pretty easy to get a kill with this thing. We should kill somebody in no time at all, unless the person is not going to die, like that guy right there. He had the just spawning in thing with him. But, of course, now that I say I want to get him one more kill, I don't get one more kill, so I might just end this video here. But yeah, great weapons, guys. A lot of fun. You should definitely go consider getting the Solar Power Cannon if you want a good quality area damage weapon. And it's more skill-based than the Ghost Lantern, so that's always good. Anyways, yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next episode.